Hello everyone, it's me, Coffee Stitcher. It is Sunday. It's the third Sunday in June. It's Father's Day, so to any of the dads, even if you're not male and you filled the position of dad for your kids, happy Father's Day. To everyone else, happy Sunday. How is everybody? I'm in a different location today because we have a lot of things going on, so I'm up earlier and I wanted to go ahead and get filmed so I didn't have to worry about it. So while G is still sleeping, I'm in our library. You can see my Oz books and his books, and this is probably a sight some of y'all haven't seen in a long time. And I'm in my glasses because the cheap ass America's Best contact lenses, my last pair, which I put in a week ago, one of them has already ripped. So, and since my order from 1-800-Contacts of the brand I do like, which was AccuView 2, has not arrived yet. They're supposed to be here, I would guess, here very, very soon. Fingers crossed. But yeah, here I am back in my glasses. So we've just got a whole lot of stuff going on. Alright, so we've got some haul, we've got Q&A, we've got whip updates, and we've got homework. I do apologize, I am speaking softer than I normally would, so if you're having trouble hearing me, I do apologize for that. Alright, so let's dive on into the Q&A. The first question comes from Catherine Evanson, and she asks, what fabric are you doing Atlantis on? It's stunning. That is the called for fabric. It was a kit, so I don't actually know what it is. It was just the fabric they sent. But yes, it is very pretty fabric. I wish they gave me just a little bit more margin on the top and bottom just to make Q-snap working a little easier. But beggars can't be choosers. Chelsea Olesh asks, what is the best way to fully finish a Mill Hill kit? I'm thinking that I want to make it an ornament. I've actually never finished a Mill Hill that wasn't one of the ones that goes into a frame. I've never finished one of their ornaments, so I genuinely don't know. My assumption is just glue some felt on the back of that sucker, put a hanger between the two pieces, and call it a day. But don't quote me on that. Kimberly Mears, that's a very excellent point about Dumbledore and J.K. Rowling. Norma Jean Sickard asks, how long have you been stitching and how did you get started? I've been stitching for 6 years now. Thereabouts. I should be coming up on the anniversary. Facebook should be showing when I finished my first project pretty soon. So I'm coming up on 6 years. And I got started because I was still living at home and I had a spot on the wall that had a place that I could put something. And I bought a pattern from someone for the Emerald City about a year or so prior, and I thought, well, that could be kind of fun, and I was needing something crafty, and I wasn't good at knitting or crochet. That just didn't appeal. I liked working with felt, but it was super messy. I still love working with it, but it's super messy. So I thought, well, let's give this a try. 6 years later, here we are. Come on, page. Rachel Eaton asked, where did I get my shirt? Thanks to everyone who liked it. It's the Golden Girls as the Scooby Gang. G found that for me. My husband found it on, I think, Facebook. I don't know where he got it. But he found it for me, and I love the thing. I don't wear it terribly often because I don't want to get it to get overwashed and worn out. But I do love it. For those asking, Secret Garden is part of Stitching Book Club, which is designed by Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts on Etsy. We get part 3 today, which the discussion questions are currently going on, so we haven't gotten the pattern part yet. Diane Wilson asked on, and this is a couple of videos back, but she just recently asked, if that was a picture of me with Miss Carol Channing. Yes, that is. Alright, and I think... that's everything Q&A-wise. Nothing's held for review. Let's check likely spam. Because every once in a while, a genuine comment ends up there. Okay. Alright, so let's do the haul. So first we've got my, my 3L Threads shipment. And she included a note that we accidentally got shorted. So, June will be a bigger month because I'm supposed to be getting 6 and I've only been getting 4. I didn't even realize that, but, so, I'll be getting a bigger shipment soon. So, we got Kreinik Wise, Glow in the Dark Grapefruit, which I actually thought had been discontinued, but maybe it was one of the other colors. Gold Pimento. Gunmetal. I'm sorry, the reflection here is not the greatest. And Gumdrop Gold. Alright. Where's the opening place? Alright, so this month actually included the ones that were back ordered because General Arts wasn't processing things during COVID. I mean, COVID's still going on, but they're at least back to work now. So it came with Butter Crunch and a burnt orange. And chamomile and cider mill brown. That was the April shipment, I believe. And then this one is May. So it came with chives and cinnamon. And copper and claret. All right. That all right back in here. Okay. So that was my nest egg. I need another container for my Crynex. Okay. Then I placed an order with Fire Poppies. So I got the Quaker Fantasies Peter Pan. I apologize for the glare here. Let's see, does this help since I'm done with the Q&A? That helps a lot. Okay. So here's the design. It definitely needs to be on a different color fabric than what she used, I think, because you can barely see Wendy. It's supposed to be Wendy. But I think after Quaker Oz, the next Quaker design I'll do will probably be this one. And then I got this one. It's a tiny modernist that I didn't see on her website. It's called Vintage Air Balloon Sampler. I'm not sure how old it is, but I liked it. So I got that. And then I got the rest of my border colors for every season. So for summer, I'm going to be using Water Lilies Aquamarine. Actually, I have that back here, so I'm going to plop these on in. For fall, I'm going to be using Dinky Dye's Desert Sands. And for winter, Christmas Pines from Dinky Dyes. So that will be my border colors for that. As always, Fire Poppies was amazing. I ordered them and they were here within, I think, 2 days. So they're awesome. And as a point of equal awesomeness, there was an error on the website and regular shipping wasn't listed, so I paid priority for something. And the next morning, before I even had a chance to realize that's what I'd done, the owner, Susan, had already emailed me and issued a refund for the difference in shipping costs and apologized that she didn't have the shipping correct on the website. So that's pretty awesome, y'all. So highly recommend the Fire Poppies. All right. So this week we had 3 tasks that we worked on. First, okay, so Sunday, because I decided to use Secret Garden for homework, I worked on Literary Alice. This is by Bendy Stitchy, excuse me. So here's the original pattern itself. I'm doing it on this polka dot fabric from Fabric Flare. And I'm doing primarily a General Arts conversion, but I did use Sulky for the blue. But I got the flower border around her done. So that was pretty exciting. So when I work on this, and I am planning to work on it this week, it'll be to work on the top and bottom borders. You're going to see a little bit of double dipping this week. So the first thing I worked on was 400 stitches on something majestic. So I chose Adventure Awaits from Caterpillar. And my goal this month was to finish Africa. I've still got the water outline to go, but basically it's done. So here we go. There's Africa. And that one tree that's floating next to the Jeep, that's actually at Madagascar. But there we go. This is on Mummy Wraps from Ship's Manor. So all right. Then we had to do 400 stitches on something secret or that had a secret. So I worked on The Secret Garden, because the name's right there. This is on Brown Sugar from Under the Sea Fabrics, and I completed part 2. Ta-da! So, I'm very pleased with how this turned out. I'm very excited to see what part 3 brings. In fact, I wonder, is it out yet? And then the last thing I worked on, because we had to do 200 stitches on a project that we've had to fudge things on. It is not out yet. Okay. So I worked on every season. And every season will get worked on again this week, because my goal is half of the summer pattern. But I got most of the white border done. Obviously it's not totally done, but I'm almost there on it, and I got part of the water done. So, there we go. This is from Tiny Modernist, and I'm having to fudge because I made a counting error. And then I finished up my extra credit, which was the spell out on Maleficent. Let's pull you over here so you're kind of out of the way. So I've been working on Quaker Oz. I'm going to keep working on it today because I think I can get a finish. But here's where we are. So the Yellow Brick Road and the poppies are done. Toto is done. I'm working currently on the Good Witches portion. Because I decided to go more book on this one, I changed the little, what was munchkins from what they were originally intended. So we've got a munchkin, a gillikin, that's the northern country in Oz, and they were all purple. Munchkins were blue. A winky, over here in yellow, that's the land of the west. A quadling, which is the land of the south, and they were all red. And I'm doing this as well for the inclusivity sal, from EJ and Jessie Does Stuff and a couple others. Because I did some color conversions here, skin-wise, and I'm going to be doing one on Dorothy as well. This little dude down here is a hammerhead. He shows up only in the book. They have no arms, and they live on a mountain, and they knock people off by extending their necks really wide and hammering into them. Let's see. And if you're familiar in Wicked, when they go to the Emerald City and they watch the little mini musicale, blanking on what its name is, that's who those are based off of, the little guys whose heads come up and swirl around. Then I've got Jellia Jam, who's a handmaiden in the Emerald City, who features into the plots fairly. She's kind of one of the non-important side characters, but she shows up in most of the books. And then this is the China Princess, who's also only in the first book. So, there we go. So, there's Toto. Isn't he sweet? So we're going to finish up, with any luck, we'll finish up the Good Witches pretty quick before lunch, and then I'll have the rest of the day to do Dorothy, and then we'll have a finish. Also, while I'm thinking about it, in Magical Stitches, there is a we're voting on what we're going to do for next month's extra credit. Vote for spell outs. Then you get to guarantee that one of your projects gets 1,000 stitches next month. Vote for spell outs. Alright. So, that brings us to, oh, did I not save that? Oh, poop a monkey. Hang on. I gotta get to this week's homework. That's not that. Save post. Okay, so, so we're going to, and please be aware these are all subject to change because the homework got posted late, so I was slapping this together before the video. So the first one is stitch on a whip that brings out the best in you. So I'm going to work on Literary Alice because color conversions are something I am very good at. 2 is to stitch on a whip that has something you would protect. So I'm going to actually work on Chinese Zodiac. For this one, because I would protect any of these animals. So, and part 3 just came out, so I'm excited to work on part 3. Alright, stitch on a tree. I'm going to work on every season for that one, as well as for the next one, which is a whip I wouldn't wish on anyone. The reason I wouldn't wish it is because of my counting error. It's making the border a little bit of a nightmare. So I would not wish having to correct my border error on anyone. And then stitch on your favorite whip and why, and that's going to be Secret Garden when I'll work on part 3. So, yeah. That's kind of it for this week's video. So I appreciate each of you who take the time to watch me every week. That really does mean a lot. I know this has been a trying couple of weeks, well, really a trying year, but the last couple of weeks have been difficult for some of us more than others. Again, be good, be kind to each other, because that's what matters the most. Yeah. So, anyhow, I will see y'all next week. I hope everyone has a great week, and again, to the fathers out there, be male or female, happy Father's Day. To those of you who aren't, or don't want to be, or just, you know, what have you, happy Sunday. I'll see y'all next time.